I'm Polly from Fandom and Books.
I'm Brandy from I Ramble Randomly.
And we are here to talk about Season 2, Episode 12 of Shadowhunters. I can't remember the name of the episode.
It doesn't say anymore. Oh, I apologize for this. The noise just... There's some work being done.
Come on. I can't.
Wait. Oh, it says... Oh, no, it's gone.
It went away.
Where did it go?
God damn it.
Oh, you have Orphan Black on your Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't. It's not fair.
Sorry. So the episode was called You Are Not Your Own.
Oh.
There we go. And Brandy seems to have frozen. Yay! I'm here all by myself.
Hi, are you there?
Oh, there we go. And she's back.
I was like, did I freeze or did you freeze? Because I'm sitting here like, Paula, are you there? Paula! Ah!
No, I'm here. It's fine.
Okay, good.
But yeah, that was the name of the episode. And out of a 5-star rating, it gets a 2 for me because I was cringe laughing pretty much all the way through it. Yeah. It was so bad.
I think I give it a 2 as well because I don't like what they did at all in any way, in any plot line. Nothing was okay. Nothing was okay.
It was bad. Okay. Shall we run through our chat real quick?
Yes.
Okay. So, I think it starts with me going, well, that's an interesting twist.
Me. If he was Valentine, how did he know where Magnus lived?
I thought that too.
Every time they say filthy warlock, I want to smack them. No one talks about Magnus that way.
Mm-hmm. Ew.
Ew, gross.
Cringe.
I bet she will, in regards to Inquisitor Herondale.
Yeah. Lol. I'm not feeling this Sebastian. I'm still not feeling him as Sebastian.
Yeah. I don't either. Should I say this? Is this kind of spoilery?
No, don't go fully into it, but you know.
Okay. Well, that intro to Clary didn't creep me out as much as I thought it would.
Agreed.
No, listen to Alec. Get away from him.
That was ridiculous.
So, like, everyone knows about their powers. That kind of puts them at a disadvantage.
So strange that Jason never had a Jones in for Venom. Lol.
That's true. He only got bitten once, though. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't think I'm feeling this music.
I'm cringe laughing all the way through this episode.
Oh.
So Downworlders can just walk into the Institute now?
I guess so. I'm not digging this portrayal of Magnus, to be honest.
I think it's some of the best acting I've seen in the show so far.
Acting-wise, yes. It just doesn't fit with how I see Magnus in my head.
I can see that. Bitch, you still have Luke!
Yeah, what the hell?
10 points for Simon.
Oh, damn.
I just can't. That was piss poor.
Lol.
Alec, no! ... All caps. Seriously!
Well, looks like my spoiler wasn't much of a spoiler.
Me just ha 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 ha.
Situation is just so wrong.
Yep.
So Valentine playing Magnus is amazing.
That's one shitty sparkler. Hugs for Magnus. Ew. ...
Barf.
Jace pout. Well, it depends on the Herondale.
Well, very true.
End.
I see. I love when we read back because every time we're like, cringe, ew, barf, it's always Clary.
It's always Clary and Simon.
Every time.
Oh, God. Yeah. Just having them naked in bed together. No.
Yeah.
No.
They took this relationship way farther than they did in the books, and so I don't know how it's going to end up. And like, it's going to be bad.
It's so, I mean, not only does it just feel wrong,
Mm-hmm.
it just ew.
Oh yeah, shush. I'm sorry. There's a lot of noise on my end. There's a lot of stuff happening around here, and Arya, my cat, is flipping out. So just don't mind her. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's just yucky.
They never got to that stage in the books.
No.
They dated for a little while. They kissed a little bit. That's pretty much it.
And like,
I also have to apologize if you did watch last week's Parabatai Parley thing. I was so adamant that Inquisitor Herondale wasn't a thing, but then I remembered that it was. Well, kind of researched it and was like, oh yeah, okay, it is. But yeah, there's a lot of information in the books. Okay.
Yeah. And last live show, I felt so bad because I accidentally spoiled the Jace is a Herondale thing, and I felt horrible about doing it. I felt like I just ruined everything, and then they just came out and said it in this episode. I was like, okay, well, I went through all of that emotional turmoil for nothing. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I can't believe that they just dropped that in there.
Yeah. Like in the book, we were talking about this a little bit before the live show started, but like in the book, you didn't at this point you didn't know. You still didn't know, and they never really got the chance to get away from there. Sorry. They didn't really get a chance to do the whole grandma grandson thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Inquisitor was just so awful. And so when it happened, it would, like, this sort of thing wouldn't happen. So now, I don't know, is she going to be, like, a more bearable character because she's Jace's grandma?
I don't know. Well, it's just one of those where we never got to see that in the books because stuff happened.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about the books, we're talking about the show. So
I know.
I think it'd be nice to actually see a relationship develop between those two, but by the same token, it's bringing in something that never was there, and is it really needed for the show moving forward?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it offers a good concept because even though in the books Jace discovers that he's a Herondale, he doesn't actually get to learn that much about his family because there's no one around to teach him. So in this situation, it might give him more of a perspective on his past, and maybe it will leave him less confused about what it means to be a Herondale.
Yeah, but by the same token, you also really need to read the Dark Artifices.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just saying, just throwing that out there.
We're talking about the show.
Yes, we are talking about the show, but
I know.
You can't throw that thing like, I have knowledge when you don't have all the knowledge yet.
I don't have all the knowledge. Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier on, I think I clued into something that might have been spoiled to me later. Okay, never mind. We'll just keep going forward.
Okay. Moving right along.
I think I was speaking more to like the still in the Mortal Instruments world where there was like a struggle with what it means to be a Herondale. But
yeah, I guess. I mean, I think it will pose, if they do decide to go through the relationship route, I do think it will pose an interesting juxtaposition, kind of, especially with Sebastian coming in and going, Clara, you have no one now.
True.
It's like, you don't have a mom, you don't have a brother, you don't have your father, you have no one. And then Jace all of a sudden has actual blood relatives, even though he has had Alec and Izzy and Maris and Robert for most of his life, you know.
Yeah.
It's different when it's blood. Well, that's how it seems to be in the Shadowhunter world anyway.
Yeah.
So
1 second. I'm gonna let the cat out because she's making me angry.
Okay. So yeah, the live chat is open if you guys want to pop in there and talk about the episode with us. Feel free to do so. Like to hear what you guys think of the episode, and if you have read the books or if you're solely a TV show watcher. And she's back.
And I have a railing. Yay! If you heard at the beginning of the show, there was some drills going on. They were putting up a railing in my apartment. So now it's up, and hopefully it'll be quiet.
Fingers crossed. So yeah, let's try and deconstruct this episode.
Oh, okay.
Let's try and do it in a oh my god, why? Because, you know, that's pretty much how I felt through all of it.
Do you think we can manage that?
Give it a go. Well, the thing is, because this episode was so far from the books, I don't think I can. I don't think I'd have an issue with talking about it as a completely separate entity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because everything that happened in this episode, none of it happens in the book. None of it.
Not a single thing.
So yeah. I mean, let's start off with like the instantaneous, like, okay, well, the greater demon switched Magnus and Valentine. Let's talk about that.
Yes. Yeah.
I think Valentine got comfy in Magnus's skin a little too quickly, as soon as he hates downworlders. He seemed to get too comfortable too quickly.
Yeah, and he learned his power so quick too.
Yeah, and it's like Dorothea. It's like they just bring her in. It's like I can't even remember what happened to her. It's like the last thing I remember, she was on the boat.
I think the last time we saw her, she was like, they like rescued her, and she was laying on Magnus's bed, and she was like, "Oh, Jace, if you touch the sword, it'll destroy itself." And so that's why he went and activated the soul sword, because he thought that it would destroy itself. That's literally the last time she's in the show, I'm pretty sure.
See, I don't even remember that. That's how much Dorothea is an entity in me remembering. It just feels like they just drop her in when they need another warlock.
Yeah.
Because I was like seriously watching it when Magnus says, like, you know, call Dorothea. I thought Alec would have clicked right then and there that, you know, Magnus wasn't Magnus.
Well, and I guess it's hard because Valentine is really tricky, supposedly, but it would be really hard to trust him, even though he was given almost irrefutable evidence that it is Magnus, like those really intimate details. It would be so hard to not believe that it was Magnus, but on the other hand, it would be really hard to like trust Valentine's body.
Yeah, because Valentine is a master manipulator.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed, I don't know any of the actors' names, but like the guy who normally plays Valentine, I really liked his portrayal of Magnus.
Yes.
It was really good.
Like I said in the chat, is like that is some of the best acting that I've seen in the show personally.
Yeah. I even liked at the end when they were
little hand flourishes.
He like went to start and he's like, oh, that's not gonna work. I loved it.
Oh, it was good.
I think the thing that bothered me the most about that is that I see Magnus as this like really, really strong. Like he's super old and he's been through so much stuff. And I see him as being really, really, really strong. But in the show, they have constantly portrayed him as, I mean, they've showed his weakness, which is good, but he hasn't really gotten the strength of the character.
They've shown the more flashy side.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I've been like that from season 1 too. Saying that Magnus is not really how he is in the book universe.
Yeah.
Magnus, like you said, he's old. He's been around for a while. I mean, we all know he's sassy as hell, but he don't take no shit.
And I think the thing that bothered me about this was that Valentine took torture. He just took it. It was like, I can't tell you anything. And he was like tough. But like Magnus broke right away. And it was like, I don't think that he would. I feel like he is more like, the pain would be one thing, but I think he's more of a, I don't know, just like, I can't deal with your Shadowhunter shit right now kind of attitude.
Yeah. But then again, it's like how he said, like, you know, the agony rune. I don't know. It was weird. The entire episode was just fucked.
Yeah.
For the lack of a better word.
Yeah.
I liked the fact, I mean, Harry Shum doing Valentine, you know, well, Magnus playing Valentine. I did think that gave us a little bit more range to Harry Shum being like, you know, yes, this guy can act. He's not just flesh. Like they portray Magnus, but I still think he didn't act it as well as the guy who usually plays Valentine.
Yeah. No names.
See, I feel like I could make it a straight up drinking game from this show and just literally be smashed every time Jace pouts.
Yep.
Because literally, it's scowl and constant. That's Jace's face. So yeah.
Yep.
Take a shot every time Jace pouts.
Oh, and it was so weird when Jace was coming over to talk to Magnus and be like, oh, is there liquor involved? And then it was Valentine. He's like, oh, I like this. Like you treat me like a friend. It's like, ugh.
And that lasted for about 3 seconds.
I know.
Remember when it made you spaghetti? Sorry. that didn't need to be in the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Should we talk about the Simon Raphael Daylighter thing a little bit?
Yeah.
So, I don't. How did we even get to this point?
I don't know, but okay. Izzy, straight up going. Well, okay. Excuse me, I need it. But Izzy and Raphael's relationship, whether it be whatever it is or whatever it is, Raphael still brought her into his world and, you know, met his sister. Mm-hmm. And then for Izzy to just be like, yeah, okay, I'm not really addicted to vampire venom anymore. Let's just throw your sister under the bus. Mm-hmm. I was a little bit, damn, girl, that's cold.
Yeah. I don't really know why that was a plot thing that needed to happen, because last episode, I wasn't under the impression that Raphael was particularly threatening to Simon.
No, it didn't come across that way at all. It was just like, I've been a vampire longer than you have. Just tell me how you did it, dude. Come on.
Yeah. I'll totally protect you. Just let me know what your secret is. But in this one, it's like, oh, well, Raphael, he threatened me. How? No. Whatever. So we're going to go after his sister. Like...
Oh, just throwing this part in there. I honestly think like the bit at the beginning where Simon and Clary were in bed, again, ew, cringe. And he hears the boats clanging away, and he just like decides to go outside. I think that was purely just a plot device, just so the audience could see him in boxes.
Probably. It's daytime. Who the hell would attack him in the daytime?
Just runs outside with an orange, just going, Raphael's like, dude, it's daytime. Chill.
Yeah. So yeah, they take a picture with Raphael's sister to like show him that they can get to her, and he is admittedly pretty upset. I mean, I would be too. That is definitely a threat.
Yeah.
And so they come and attack him in the
Jade Wolf.
I was like, what is that place called? And they were about to stake him. Then they open the door and the light comes in, and the one thing that Raphael says is, don't let anyone know that you're a daylighter. And Simon, I'm going to run the daylight.
Well, yeah, because that's the only safe spot.
I mean...
Well, was he running for the daylight, or was he just like, Luke, save me, Luke?
I know. I think I was going into that from, like, the bias of the book, and I know we should separate from the book, but I was like, oh, God, if they say you're a daylighter, they're going to want to kill you. But I didn't think they would, like, worship him like a god.
Yeah, that was pretty... He's like, you know... He's a daylighter.
Now I'm not going to do anything unless he tells me to do it.
Yeah.
So like,
I have a feeling that like the next episode is going to be kind of like Weasley is our king.
Yeah.
You know, just in case of like Raphael, he's lost all of his order. I mean, it's like. Didn't we do this already with Camille? Seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. So that's the thing. Is it going to be like this rivalry between Raphael and Simon over the clan? Because I don't think Simon would want to leave the clan, but apparently the clan would want him to leave them now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Simon just wants to be Simon.
He just wants to like be gross and be with his girlfriend.
Ew.
Right?
Ew. I'm liking the Sizzy relationship chemistry thing is still there.
Yeah. I liked the when she was like, they were coming up with nicknames for him at the end, and he was like, "Oh, you can call me Lord," blah blah blah, and I was like,
Well. So yeah. What else happened in this episode?
Oh, what's his face? Sebastian got introduced to everybody.
Yeah. That was pretty weird. Yeah. I'm still not feeling him as Sebastian, to be fair. I mean, obviously, Brandy and I have knowledge about Sebastian, and if you've read the books, you know Sebastian. But if you're just solely a show watcher, you got no clue, which is fine. But I honestly can't remember how I took to him in the books the first time I read it, without any of the, knowledge that I have now. It still doesn't, I think it still doesn't fit character-wise just yet for me.
Yeah. But maybe because he's new. And
he's new.
There's a lot of stuff. Clearly, there's a lot of stuff that could happen before it's over. So we'll see.
Clearly,
I have no idea what it is anymore. I used to think I had a general idea, but now I've got no clue.
Yeah, I can't even tell what book we're actually in.
No.
It's like, where are we? Nope. I'm there looking at my bookshelf going, okay, that happened in that book. Nope. No.
Single clue.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, everything was just kind of floored me, and my brain doesn't know how to process what I watched. So it's like, I don't know.
Oh, wait. I got something we could talk about.
Oh.
Alec shooting the arrow and killing Azazel. I mean, we all know that Alec's a good shot, and it was an epic moment. And it was just, it was just one of those where it was just like, seriously, this guy was brought in to be like, the big bad of Grr for whatever reason, and then.
Well, and that was the comment we made last episode. Was like, because it looked kind of like with the exception of they summoned him later in the episode, but when Sebastian was first introduced, he just like and he just disappears. Like, was that it? Is he dead? Like, he's a greater demon. He shouldn't be dead yet. And so then he wasn't. But now it's like, okay, so pew, dead. Okay.
Yeah, this is pretty much the reaction that I had when that happened. I was just like, okay,
yeah,
right.
They're kind of taking away the intensity of the greater demons, because greater demons are supposed to be scary as hell.
They're taking away the everything demon related.
Yeah.
It seems like they're really solely focused on making it a teen drama. Then it's a case of that they're not you know, because the Shadowhunter world is so huge, and there's, you know, all the stories are true, and everything wants to kill you. I mean, and they're just completely taking that away. I mean, the whole thing of Shadowhunters is the fact that they exist to keep the balance, to protect humans from demons and rogue downworlders and this, that, and the other. But it seems like that it's just not really a thing right now.
Yeah, they have. They're putting a lot of emphasis on drama happening between the characters, and not a lot for Shadowhunters. They're not doing a lot of shadow hunting. They're just doing a lot of internal angst and relationship stuff, which is fine. But I mean,
and that does happen in the books. There is a lot of emotional turmoil and stuff. But you know, there is some fighting, and not just with each other, training with glares and looks.
Yeah. Silent flirting. Yeah, they the fighting part of it is pretty much gone.
Yeah. And I'm still reeling from Jace's angelic power. It's like, yeah, okay.
I said in the chat thing, it's like I'm really surprised that everyone knows about these powers now, because that was like a really big asset for them, is that they didn't know. But now it's like, oh, we're gonna test them and see how it works and blah blah blah, and it's the same type of situation. Like it could turn into a whole thing where like, well, how did he do that? How can we get all of these other shadow hunters to have these special powers? Kind of situation. It could happen.
It could. I really hope that they don't, though. But by the same token, it's everything's just so fucked up. I mean, obviously, we know that the history of like the clave and things, and how fucked up everything is in the clave, and not to trust, you know, the members of authority, because it seems like everyone over the age of 20 has their own agenda.
Yep.
And the teenagers just kind of, you know, go through and navigate and just kind of go, okay, you're a bad guy. I kill you now. With, you know, teenage drama thrown in. But everyone over the age of 20 has their own agenda for whatever reason, and they're going to carry it out their way.
With the exception of maybe Luke, because Luke does throw his stuff in with the kids more so than not.
Well, yeah. Well, Luke in the books. Luke in the show, not so much. It's like they only... See, it pisses me off with Luke in the show because he's a detective, which he isn't in the books, but he's a detective when they need him to be.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, they're just like, whatever. And he just, you know, he's just plopped in as and when. It's like the whole, like, you know, Luke being at the Jade Wolf, other than the fact of that, you know, that's where Luke stays. That's where Luke's pack is. There was no need for him to be in that episode.
Yeah. I was really surprised that they were there to begin with, because like
they're never there.
Pack. Well, it's the wolf pack, and so Simon and Izzy, both people who are not really well looked on by the werewolves, they're just like, oh, let's go and have some food at the Jade Wolf. I mean, I get that he lives in the boathouse, but I would think that there would be a bit more resistance to them just coming there for food.
Yeah, especially as soon as they introduced the whole bar where Maya works, and that's kind of like the downwater hangout.
Yeah.
Everything's just wrong.
But they needed to be there so that Luke could save the day.
So Luke could open the door and Simon could go, "Oh yeah, daylight."
Yeah.
Because Simon be stupid.
He is so dumb. I love him to pieces, but he's really dumb.
Yeah. But yeah, this episode, honestly, was just bad. Not the fact that it had nothing to do with the books, the fact that it was just shit.
It was, I don't think any of it was necessary
No.
for anything. I don't feel like the plot has moved forward anymore. Maybe some tensions between Simon and Raphael, but literally nothing in there was important.
Well, we have the other vampires finding out that Simon's a daylighter.
Mm-hmm.
We have Jace finding out he's a Herondale.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I think those are the two major things that happen. But other than that, we have Izzy being a cold-hearted wench. Like, yeah, I don't need the vampire venom anymore. I'm just gonna throw your sister under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously that's not how it is, but it's just one of those where it's just like, dude.
Yeah.
And obviously we know that Simon would never hurt Rosa or anything like that. Which is also a reason why I'm kind of confused as to why Raphael reacted in such a way. Just like, dude, Simon can't hurt a fly. I mean, he only just managed to, hurt a rat.
Yeah. Maybe he was worried about Isabel more so than Simon, because clearly Isabel gave Simon that information. And Isabel would be more likely to do something than Simon would.
Maybe.
But I don't know. But he did go straight for Simon, so it didn't compute. But yeah, I think you're right. Besides those two things, like the whole Magnus switching bodies thing didn't need to happen. I didn't feel like I've got any more insight because of that.
Nope.
Valentine could have just said the whole Herondale thing in his own body. It would have been fine. Clary and Sebastian hanging out, like, not necessary. It didn't feel like an episode that lent itself to anything that is happening in the show, like anything important.
No. It honestly felt like a non-episode.
Yeah.
And I mean, like we said, with like the whole bringing in the greater demon, it was just like how in the episode 11, it was just a case of, oh, this guy, he's like, he's a greater demon, big, bad, and then poof. I'm still reeling from that.
Yep.
And I mean, the reaction of Magnus / Valentine, he's just like, clawing up the dust. No! Like, why did you tell me to stop? I thought something bad would happen.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, please.
I love how Alec was literally like, why are you acting so weird, Magnus? And then he goes to see Valentine and Valentine, and he's like, yeah, it's me, Magnus, like, Valentine's in my body. And he's like, no, it's not true, even though Magnus was clearly acting really weird.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when, like, he was, like, touching his face, I'm like, get away from him!
I was just like, I really wanted Alec to go in for a smooch, just to see the reaction of Valentine / Magnus. I was like, you know, like when he was twitching his face, it was like, oh, I was like, go for a smooch, see what happens.
On the one hand, I would have been like curious to know what happens, but on the other hand, I would have been like just cringing till like I inverted. It's like, oh.
But then again, it still would have been more entertaining and more realistic than Clary and Simon's relationship.
Very true. I just want that plotline to be over.
Yeah, it needs to be done.
But like, I don't know how they can be friends after now because they're too deep in it.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they're sleeping together because you know, Simon was naked. He had to get out of bed and put on boxers.
Yep,
he was naked. So you know, and I mean, you know, I don't sleep naked with my friends. Sorry, Chris sat next to me. He's over there. He was just like, what? It's like, yeah. Do you hear what I said? I don't sleep naked with my friends. But yeah. I
don't know where that's gonna go.
No. It's weird. I don't like it. And the whole, like, you know, why did you tell me that Jace is not your brother? Like, I didn't want to worry you and make you, like, spin or whatever, and all I've done is make you worry and spin. It's like,
that's just what she does to everybody. It makes everyone worry and spin out.
Yeah. If they're not worrying about, yeah. Oh, and the whole, when Clary at the end, like, grabbed hold of Valentine and, like, they went through the portal and they ended up back in the institute, in the prison cell in the institute, I was like, huh? Okay, how did that happen?
Because Valentine made the portal, right?
Yeah.
Why would he portal himself back to the jail? I was wondering.
That's another thing that didn't make sense to me. I was like, huh? Normally, you know, the person that makes the portal is the person where, you know, the person that makes the portal is the person where they know where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
So Clary grabbing hold of Valentine and, like, you know, just magically going through the portal. Literally, when they went through the portal, I was like, uh-oh, Clary's in trouble.
Yeah.
What's going to happen next week? And then they end up in the prison cell in the institute. I'm like, what? Okay. And then there's the you made the wrong choice, Clarissa. It's like, really? No.
Yeah. Because that's the whole point. You have to, if you go through a portal without knowing where you're going, you get stuck somewhere, right?
Mm.
So that whole situation is just...
Yeah, that was weird.
Mm.
But, you know.
Oh, and magic. She's magic, yeah. Angel blood.
Yeah, but to be fair, Valentine has angel blood. Because, you know, he's a Shadowhunter. He's Nephilim.
Yeah. She just has more angel blood, but that doesn't really cancel out the fact that other people also have angel blood.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you have pure angel blood. Well, no, you don't.
Yep.
Unless your mom and your dad was an angel, you don't have pure angel blood.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, we also made the point of how when Magnus as Valentine was, like, locked up in the thing, and then Valentine as Magnus, like, came up and just, like, walked in. It's like, how did you get in here? You just walk right in? It's fine? No problem?
Yeah. I mean, from day one of the Shadowhunters TV show, the Institute has been completely ass backwards for me.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not that. I mean, just the amount of people that are in the Institute is shocking,
Mhm.
but also the amount of tech. I mean, the tech and everything is not really used anymore
Yeah.
because you know. I mean, I honestly don't know how to put this correctly. It's like the whole tech aspect is not there in the books because it's not needed. They just don't use it. So
Mhm.
when they made the Institute all tech savvy and all woo blingy flashy lights, technical woo,
Mhm.
it was just off for me.
Yeah.
But it visually worked for the show. But obviously, the further along we're getting into the story, the less that the tech is needed.
Yeah.
But they're also not giving you the history of the institutes and why they're set up like they are. I mean, there was the bit at the beginning where, like, when Simon was a vampire and it was just like, you have to be invited in, you have to have this, you have to have that. And it's like, well, yeah. Now it's just like, no! Like, I'm like Magnus, I'm warded. It's like, yeah, but you're not, though.
Yeah. Just well, and that's the point. That's the point. The Institute is supposed to be safe from demons, number one, and yet somehow they found a way to sneak a demon in there last season.
Oh yeah,
the beginning of the season.
the smoke demon.
Yeah, the supernatural demon.
Yeah.
But it's also supposed to be protected against like downworlders coming in when they're not wanted, and they can just walk right in. Not a problem.
Nosy on in. Just yeah. Fair enough.
It's yeah.
I mean, the whole point. I mean, one of the major points is you're not supposed. It's like if you are not a shadow hunter, you cannot open a door to. You can't open the door to the Institute. You can't get in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing.
Yeah. No, not in the series, apparently.
No. So yeah, that's it. Everything's wrong. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I keep having hope. But
yeah.
but then this.
Yeah. It's like me and Brady have had this conversation many a time where it's just like we keep watching the show hoping that it'll get better. And it seems like every time there is even a tiny glimmer of hope for the show to get better, they fuck it up by the next episode.
Yep.
It's like sometimes you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's so tangible that you're just like, oh my god, yes, and then they just shit all over it. But we keep watching and we keep hoping.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose.
And obviously, sorry, go on.
No, and I suppose there is a tradition now of these like way teen shows becoming popular. And I know that Shadowhunters is popular. It is. But it's just really hard. I don't know if it's because we read the books first or because we are not teenagers and that overdramatic angst doesn't get us. Like it may for some younger viewers, but it's just really frustrating considering
because I still class myself as like a equal opportunities watcher.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if I watch something that's like, teen, angsty, drama, whatever, if it's done well and the story grips me, I can sit there and watch it. I mean, it can be absolute crap for everyone else, but if I'm sucked in, that's it. I will be like, head on into that show. That's it. I'm done. It's like, no, this is my show. Leave me alone. I don't care if you think it's crap. But it just seems like that the show is losing ground again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I mean, it was getting better, and now it's losing it again. It really is for me.
And it's really hard because this is a series that I love and characters that I love. And it just hurts. It just hurts so bad.
Well, I mean, I'm lucky in the fact that out of the whole series, out of the whole Cassandra Clare series, the person that I love the most is not a major player right now.
Not yet.
And I really don't want him to be. But even then, they still managed to fuck up his storyline and his history.
See, and I, like, my character, like, my favorite is Simon, okay?
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's dumb. In the book, he's so dumb, but I love him. And to see him in this series, like, I mean, admittedly, besides the whole Clary thing, he's going through, it's a bit better than other stuff going on in the show.
Simon's character, Simon's doing a good job.
Yeah.
The guy who's playing Simon is doing a good job. They're keeping it relatively close.
Yeah. And, like, his plot lines, besides certain exceptions to the rule, the plot lines are okay, but it's just really hard because, like, he's my character. He's the one that I have, like, grabbed onto, and I just I have so much hope for this show every episode that things will get better, and they just don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, okay, so Jem is he's my baby. He's my thing. I love Jem so much. But other than Jem, Magnus is also another deep love of mine. And they keep fucking up Magnus too. I mean, the little glimmers of, true Magnus when we see him interact with Raphael. The bit with, like, the Camille when he just, like, locked her in the prison and she's like, no, bye, sweetie. It's like, that is Magnus.
Yeah.
But they're not using him to his full potential.
No. He's right now kind of, I don't know if you're finding the same thing, but he seems like a glorified, like, housewife type thing, because he's, like, always at home whenever Alec needs him, and he just always jumps to his beck and call. It's like, no, Magnus has his own shit to do. Like, he is this powerful warlock. He is a high warlock. He has a job. And yet he's always like, no, I'm there for you, Alec. I'm here waiting at home whenever you want to, like, come home.
Because they've slowly put him in the vein of Alec's boyfriend.
But, like,
I mean, one of the most realistic things in this show was for this episode was when Alec called, and even though it was Valentine Magnus, he was like, I'm with a client.
Yeah.
It's like, that is actually, real. That's plausible. But yet, apparently, that's out of character for Magnus. It's like, no!
No.
Magnus having his own shit to do is a thing, Alec.
Yeah. He, like, had a life before you. Like, I am all for Alec and Magnus. Like, that is...
Oh yeah. Totally.
All for OTP, no problem. But he did have a life before you. he does still have a life outside of you.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't like the portrayal of him like always waiting around for when Alec needs him, or jumping to his beck and call, being the cute little housewife that's always there when Alec comes back after a long day of shadow hunting. Like, I hate that so much.
It is frustrating.
Magnus is epic. He is powerful. He has his own stuff going on, and I really wish the show would portray that better.
Yeah. He is strong, sassy, independent. I mean, that's also another thing that bugs me with like teen dramas. It's as soon as you, I mean, we've all got caught up in a relationship before, and you know, we've all had that. Well, most of us maybe, but it's one of those where it seems like every single time in a teen drama, as soon as the relationship happens, they only live for that person.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a case of they definitely go from an I to a we.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of, it's like, yes, that does happen.
But does it have to?
But yeah, it's like, it does happen. Not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, I mean, it's like, yes, we all know that Magnus loves Alec. Alec loves Magnus. But Magnus has been around for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's loved before. He should know not to be completely lost in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, I'd still watch Magnus and Alex's relationship all day, every day, than see, like, you know, 2-second cameos of Clary and Simon.
Mm-hmm. I just want that to be done. Oh, I know I said that already, but I really do.
It needs to be over. I mean, even it just, you know, don't bring into the whole, like, you know, well, you know, Jason's no longer my brother, so I can go get him now. Yeah, just you know, you don't need to bring that into it at all. Just the clay, well, no, the what's the ship name for Clary and Simon? Huh? Kleiman. Yeah, okay. That just needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just make it stop, please. Please make it stop.
I can't take it anymore.
It just, there's no need for them to be in a relationship, though. I mean, if you think about it, moving the story forward,
mm-hmm.
There's absolutely no need for them to be in a relationship.
No. Like, unless they're trying to hold off on other relationships from forming, but like, it's just gonna be so like rocky and so bad.
The best part about this is if they don't write it, you know, it doesn't have to happen.
That's true. What a revelation.
Oh my god! They can write that they break up and they just be friends for half a season.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, mind blown. Never thought that could happen.
What? Can you just be friends? Is that a thing that happens?
It should.
Yeah.
I mean, everything has happened at whirlwind speed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm still reeling from the fact of that Valentine is captured and in the institute. Like, okay, that's a thing that's happening now.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's like, where's the Mortal Cup? Where's the Mortal Cup? Okay. Not bothered about the sword? Yeah.
No. Oh, and then the whole, like, the mortal cup is the thing that controls demons. Okay. That thing is multi-purposed. It can make new Shadowhunters. It can control demons. Like, you just need that one mortal instrument and you're fine.
It's like it feels like, you know, that they've thrown these mortal instruments at us, but they've not actually given us like, you know, a history lesson.
No.
On the mortal instruments. It's probably because they change it every fucking week.
That's true. They don't want to lock it in because then they'd have to stick with it.
But yeah, it's just weird. Okay, let's see. Let me see if there's anything that we have missed. I'm not seeing anything. I think we've covered everything in the episode.
Yeah. I mean,
there wasn't that much to cover, to be honest.
No, there wasn't.
I think we've covered everything that we could possibly cover.
Yeah, I think we got it, most of it.
Yeah.
All of the important parts.
All of the important parts.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Next week, we don't know when we're going to be posting doing our live show.
Yeah,
So you don't have your schedule yet, do you?
I'm getting my work schedule tomorrow, so I can let you know by tomorrow.
Okay. And then obviously we'll let you know on Twitter about 10 minutes before it happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because we're organized as hell. But yeah. So we'll let you know. I hope you can join us next week for next week's lovely episode.
Hopefully next week's episode will not make us want to cringe until we don't exist anymore.
It's not gonna happen. Come on.
I have to remain optimistic. That's the only way I get by.
Yeah, we live in hope. We live in hope. We can but dream. And hopefully. Anyway. So, yeah, we will see you guys again next week. So, bye.
Bye.